Lee Likes Music, I'm Lee, and today we're going to talk about one of the biggest rock bands of the modern rock era. They released trailblazing albums such as Rated R and Songs for the Deaf. Over the years, they've also collaborated with other big names such as Elton John, Trent Reznor, and Dave Grohl. Here are the top 10 facts about Queens of the Stone Age. Number 1. Josh Homme's death. The founder and frontman of the band, Josh Homme, died during a knee surgery back in 2010. His heart stopped pounding due to asphyxiation. Luckily, the doctors managed to revive him, but he was bedridden for 3 months and fell into a deep depression where he considered actually giving up his whole musical career. Eventually, Homme got back into his groove again and started creating music with Queens of the Stone Age and with his other projects. Number 2. Gamma Ray. When Joshua Homme founded the band back in 1996, he initially called it Gamma Ray. But in 1997, he was forced to change the name because there was already a band, a power metal band from Germany, that was already called Gamma Ray. As they threatened to sue him, Homme quickly changed the name to Queens of the Stone Age, which brings us to the third fact, the name. So the name Queens of the Stone Age originally came from one of Joshua Homme's close collaborators, Chris Goss. In an interview back in 2000, Homme said, quote, "Kings would be too macho. The kings of the Stone Age wear armor and have axes and wrestle. The queens of the Stone Age hang out with the kings of the Stone Age's girlfriends while they wrestle." Genius! Number 4. Their worst show. According to the band, the worst show that they had ever played was at the Rock AM Ring Festival in 2001. Because the show was so insanely bad, both Nick Oliveri and Joshua Homme decided to tattoo themselves with the starting time of the show. As you can see on Nick Oliveri's version of the tattoo, it all went down on a Friday at 4:15. And if you're extra curious about their set list and what they actually sounded like, there are links to that in the description below. Number 5. Their best show. According to the band, the best show that they have ever played was in Glastonbury in 2011. The track list of the show was actually voted for by the fans, who voted for their top 10 most favorite Queens of the Stone Age tracks. Again, if you're extra curious and want to find out what they sounded like and what their set list was, you can check that out by clicking the links in the description below. Number 6. The firing of Nick Oliveri. In 2004, Josh Homme asked Nick Oliveri to leave the band. There's a bit of controversy around what actually happened. Initially, Homme stated that it was Nick Oliveri's heavy drug use and partying that affected his ability to perform with the band. But in an interview with BBC Radio later on, he changed his statement, claiming that the reason why he fired Oliveri was because he confirmed that he had been physically abusing his girlfriend. Number 7. Robot rock. Homme has numerous times described their music as rock versions of electronic music. In interviews, he has mentioned that he takes inspiration from the repetitive nature of electronic trance music, along with various forms of dance music, hip-hop, and trip-hop. This heavy rock style mixed with electronic influences has been dubbed by Homme as robot rock. Number 8. The Rehab Facility Gig. In 2007, the Queens were forcibly removed from a gig that they were playing at a rehab facility. Why? Because Josh Homme thought it would be funny to open the gig with Feel Good Hit of the Summer. Now, if you don't understand the context, if you don't understand why this is so funny, I highly suggest you check out the song. I'll link it in the description below. Number 9. The Palm Desert Scene. Queens of the Stone Age was a part of the Palm Desert music scene. This is a group of related artists and bands that all originated in Palm Desert, California. And a few examples of these bands, other than Queens of the Stone Age, are the Eagles of Death Metal, Caius, Fu Manchu, and the Masters of Reality. The musical style of many of these bands contain elements of blues, hard rock, punk rock, psychedelia. It's basically a mishmash of so many different genres. So here's a small introduction to show you guys what the Palm Desert rock scene actually sounds like. Number 10, the new album. Back in January of 2014, Homme was stating in an interview with Rolling Stones magazine that the band was actually going back to record their 7th studio album after touring for their latest album at that time, Like Clockwork. Now, not so long ago, Troy Sanders, the bassist and vocalist of Mastodon, actually came out and said that the Queens of the Stone Age were going to release an album during this year. But why do we hear this from a member of Mastodon? Now, the reason why this might be is because Troy Van Leeuwen, the current guitarist of Queens of the Stone Age, actually have a close connection with Troy Sanders from Mastodon because of their common side project, which is called Gone is Gone. So this information has likely come from Troy Van Leeuwen himself, but Troy Sanders is the one who put it out there in public. But then again, words are just words, and we really don't know for sure when the new album is going to come out, so yeah, nothing is for certain really. In the meantime, you can enjoy one of their previous records, or you can watch one of these videos. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate that you guys were staying here till the end. I hope to see you later. Stay tuned. Bye. I highly suggest you check out the and you'll quickly in the description. Hey there, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Huh?